Hey, what's up, Sailor Guardians? Welcome to my channel. My name is Sailor Snubs, and this is where you can learn all about Sailor Moon news, merch reviews, and how-tos. And today I have the brand new Hot Topic Sailor Moon Advent Calendar for 2025 and 2026. This came out right before the holidays, and I ended up getting a few different ones. I got one just to unbox and just to open, and I also kept one that I can keep new in box for my collection, because one is none and two is where it's really at. So Hot Topic has notoriously come out with these advent calendars every year for the past 3 years, including this one. And so far I have been pretty disappointed with what we have gotten for the Sailor Moon collector space. Each advent calendar felt fairly cheap. Each of the charms that was included felt really cheap and plasticky. And I even had one year where I got duplicates in a couple of the doors. So it was kind of a waste of money because I didn't get every single charm that I was supposed to get. Now in this year's advent calendar, we're gonna find out if this is worth the money, if you should grab one for yourself, and we're gonna have some spoilers and look at each of the charms. So if you follow me on Instagram, you have already seen the spoilers. You know what's in here because I did unbox one before the holidays, just in case anybody wanted to grab one for themselves. But today I'm gonna show you a full review of each of the charms and give you my detailed experience and opinions. Will this finally be the year that I like a Hot Topic advent calendar? Y'all, let's pray together because I really hope it is. So this is a 12-day necklace advent calendar charm set. So there are supposed to be 12 different days in here. And as you can see, this is built just like the previous years. This is $24.90, made out of this recycled cardboard type of box. There is a magnet on the front of the box on the door, so when you open it, it can stay shut, which is nice. And we do have Sailor Moon right here along with the 3 Starlights. So you can tell immediately that this is going to be themed around Sailor Moon stars. At least I'm thinking that it will be. Each of the days has a perforated door, so it's fairly easy to open if you have a nail on there. I would recommend grabbing it by the door and pulling each side, the top and the bottom, so that you can get those perforations undone without tearing it too much, especially if you want to keep this in the packaging. And there are 12 different days, with day 1 being the largest one. So I'm going to assume this is the day with the chain. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox all of these days. I will show you every single charm and walk through my experience. Okay, so here we have all 12 of the charms. Now I will say, when opening these doors, it is a little bit complicated to get the charm out of here because each of the charms is tied onto this back cardboard material. So it's kind of hard to not tear the crap out of your advent calendar if you want to keep it in a collection and keep this box in decent condition. So you really have to try there. I ended up using a pair of scissors or a knife to clip off the charm off of this back cardboard, which made it a lot easier. So that's what I would recommend when you are taking this out. Like, have a pair of scissors with you so you can easily clip them off that back piece of cardboard, because each of them are clipped on there with little like tie. So let's get to the charms. The first day has this charm with the necklace. So here's the necklace. It's a simple gold chain, nothing special about the necklace itself. It is adjustable, which I appreciate. I really like that. And this is the first day, which immediately I was like, this is a great little charm. I love this charm. It's so pretty. So this one features Sailor Moon's Eternal Moon article. The back has the copyright stamped into the metal, and the front of it features a really pretty sparkly heart in the center. And of course, this is the Moon article. So obviously you know what it should look like. And it does have different colored miniature gemstones going all the way around, which is such a nice little detail. I really appreciate that they put little gemstones here instead of like painting each of these different colors. So very pretty, very sparkly. Great first day. So that's day number 1. So day number 2 and 3 kind of go together. So first we had, of course, Eternal Moon article, Sailor Moon's Eternal Moon article. Then we have day number 2 and 3. So here we have the Eternal Moon Tiara and the Holy Moon Chalice, which when you put them together, you get the Moon Power Tiara. So I think these look really great together. This one features a little stamp image of the gemstone that goes in the center. Maybe they weren't able to get one small enough. I don't know, but that would make no sense because these ones are tiny. So anyway, so this has a little stamp image in the center instead of a gemstone. We do have a bunch of enamel paint on there. It almost looks like a pin. I do appreciate that this one has multiple layers. So you have this top layer with the wings and the bottom layer for the wand itself, but they do have the same coloring and it looks like a pretty good job well done in terms of the paint quality. Day number 3. They must have had a crap load of these little pink hearts because I have seen a very similar pink heart in the little heart ring that one of the companies came out with. I think it was Box Lunch, maybe it was Hot Topic. Anyway, there was a Sailor Moon engagement ring that came out that had a very similar heart. There is also a pair of hair sticks that have Chibi Moon's heart in the center of them, and it looks like the exact same gemstone. It's kind of funny because I've seen this gemstone so many times in the month of December. But in day number 4, we have Chibi Moon's gemstone. This comes from the top of her wand. Very cute, super pretty, and very sparkly. Day number 5 is a gold colored bow. This is like Sailor Moon's Fuku bow on the front of her costume. Pretty cute, not too much to say about it. I feel like it looks nice and detailed, and I do like that there's a little light pink gemstone in the center. Is there copyright on the back? Yes, there is. There it is. Then we have day 6 and day 7. Now both of these I also am showing you together since they are both from the Starlight. So here we have Starlight items. First, we have this gorgeous piece. I forget exactly what they're called. I'll have to look them up. But this one does have some gemstones in the center of it, some very teeny tiny little gemstones in there. But all of them are multicolored, which I appreciate. And then we have this teeny tiny piece. I think I have an earring of this one. But this is like their, I want to say their earpiece. And this one features the 3 colors of the Starlights in little teeny tiny gemstones too. So very, very cute. If you're a fan of the Starlights, you would probably love these. For days 8, 9, and 10, we have the 3 Starlight symbols with the different colored gemstones for each of the different Sailor Starlight. Sailor Star Fighter, Maker, and Sailor Star Healer. So all 3 of them are represented with these little gemstones. So of course we have Seiya, Taiki, and Yaten. I think they're really cute. And I love that each one has that different colored gemstone and they do match. So if you wanted to wear them together with one of these, even though these are a bit lighter of a color, they're still in that same color theory, that same color category. So you could wear these together. So day 11 also features one of my favorite charms in this advent calendar. This is going to be Galaxia's Brooch. So Galaxia's Brooch has a really, really pretty ruby colored gemstone in the center. Then we have 3 different gemstones on the sides. Oh, actually there is a 4th one up there. It's kind of hard to see because it's almost the same color as the gold, but there is a 4th one up there, this yellow one, red, blue, and green. So we have 4 different colors represented there, and I love how pretty this one is. It's very detailed, it's very well made, and it looks really good. So you could actually wear this on its own and be like a really pretty necklace charm. Then we have a sticker for the copyright on the back. Lastly is day 12. Now this one might be my least favorite because I think they could have done a better job with this one. This is supposed to be the silver crystal, of course, and it's painted with this almost iridescent white color, which is pretty on its own, but I feel like it looks a little strange. I think it would have been a lot prettier if it was just a big silver crystal as opposed to a painted plastic charm. With this one, we also have the copyright on a sticker on the back, and yeah, that's about it for that. So as with the other advent calendars, of course, you could wear all these charms together, you could separate them out, you could wear one at a time on your necklace, or you could put them on different chains if you wanted to. I do like the highly customizable effect of this advent calendar and all these different charms, and I like that it is themed around Sailor Moon stars, which we very rarely get Sailor Moon stars, even supers items. So it's really cool to have some Sailor stars represented here for an American piece of merchandise. Now, I am curious if you purchased this advent calendar or if this is something that you decided to skip. Let me know down in the comments. I do know that once these sell out, it's pretty hard to find them, especially new in box. So hopefully it's still in stock. If you still haven't grabbed one yet and you want that opportunity to, definitely snag one before they sell out, because I feel like this is the best advent calendar that we've gotten so far. I do hope that since this is stars, I hope that Hot Topic does future ones. Previously, I was disappointed and I was like, I don't really care if they come out with another one, but so I do hope they come out with a future advent calendar for Sailor Moon, because this one was really fun to open. I really enjoyed it. Give me your thoughts down below. I'm very curious if anyone else was interested in this advent calendar, and let me know if you have any questions about advent calendars as a whole, because I do have a lot of unboxings on my channel for different kinds of advent calendars. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.